Hello and welcome. I'm Jenny Hall. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I'm creating a birthday card with the Sweet Soiree Memories More card pack. It's free during celebration with a qualified purchase, and there's so much in this pack. I'm loving all that's in there. I can see scrapbooks, I can see cards, but today I'm going to stick with a card. So using a Whisper White card base, I've used one of the large cards from the pack, and I'm putting it together with a smaller card. I like how the two cards have the same color families in common, and I like being able to know that everything in that pack is going to be able to match up together perfectly. It takes all of the guesswork out of designing. It's just wonderful. So I've backed it with a piece of Whisper White, and now I'm going to stamp and heat emboss the image of the cake and the birthday greeting stick from Cake Soiree. Cake Soiree is gorgeous. This is a really stunning stamp set and the dies that match. So having this in silver is going to be eye-catching, and it's just going to add a little bit more extra pop to my card project. Using the framelits, I'm going to cut away the cake, but there's not a framelit for this little greeting. This is supposed to look like one of the little picks, like a little plastic pick that goes into the top of a cake, which is very clever. I really like that idea. Using the piece of Memories and More card as an inspiration, I'm going to give some light coloring to the flowers and the greenery on the cake. Nothing fancy, not really even working to blend the colors. It's such a small area that I'm filling in everything to look as much like the rest of the background paper as I can. So I can tell that the large round flower is supposed to be one color, and so I'm trying to match that up and then correspond out to the rest of the different greenery. And I like how this is designed too. It's very well thought out. This would look nice and elegant if it were not colored in, but there's so much color on the rest of what I've chosen to add to my card that I feel like it just needs to have more color down into the middle. Using one of the gray markers, I'm just shading in what would fall in the natural shadows of the card, and then I touched it with the gray. Now I'm using the color lifter to give it more of a shadowed effect. I love the color lifter in this kind of capacity. I'm using snail adhesive to adhere some of the pieces together. Snail adhesive is of course my favorite adhesive because it keeps any kind of glue from getting on my hands. And I'm going to add the little pick on the card with some Stampin' Dimensionals. So it was really super easy. The whole point of me choosing this card pack was to make a project that was very quick to put together, and to be able to share with you all that using one of those card packs doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be able to make scrapbook pages. You can use them in card making, and it makes it so it just goes together in a jiff. Thank you for joining me for another tutorial. I appreciate your support. Down in the video description is a list of the supplies that I've used today along with the measurements, and it's also listed on my blog at jennystampsup.com. Thank you so much for choosing me as your online Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'll see you in the next video.
Thanks for watching the video. Have a good day!